Hey guys, it's Pastor Chris here with my wife Alyssa, and we want to welcome you to week 7 of 52 major stories of the Bible. This week we are looking at the story of Moses and the story of the plagues and the Exodus. Really cool introduction just to this week as we remember the fact that all the way back in Genesis how God told Abraham that his descendants would be sojourners in a foreign land and they would be there for 400 years. And then we go all this time, a chapter later in the Bible, and then we see Moses after 400 years, the descendants of Jacob going into Egypt. Now that land is Egypt, and Moses is going to lead them out of that land.
Yeah, he also answers a question that I know that I have had as I've read through the Bible, and a lot of my D groups and Bible studies that I've been in, we have talked about this. You know, we see where the Bible says, I think 7 times, that God hardens Pharaoh's heart. And so we come across that and we ask, you know, does God really harden our hearts? Does he really harden Pharaoh's heart here? And so he does a great job of kind of walking us through that this week.
Yeah, and another really cool theological lesson that we're going to talk about this week is Yahweh. We all know the verse as Christians as God says in the burning bush to Moses, tell them I am who I am. And we quote that, we know what the word, or we know Yahweh, but a lot of times we don't really know what all of that means. Well, we're going to go through and we're going to see that there's 3 truths that we can learn out of God being I am, or Yahweh.
I loved this week too because it really kind of breaks down who God is, like you said, and he talks about just the different attributes and you know, yes, he talks about Yahweh and just the different things, that there is no other God. There is no one else like God. That he is the one and the only. So yeah. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, really, really good week this week. It's a little bit longer because there's a lot to cover. I think the sermon itself is about 50 minutes, so give yourself some time. Also, give yourself some time with your group. If you're meeting with the group, we're going to have 3 discussion questions for you in the comments or in the post. But we also, for those who are watching the video session, we'll have that link, and those who are watching the audio session will have that link. Thank you again for joining us for 52 major stories of the Bible. We hope that you join us again next week for week 8. See you guys next week.